All right, dear friends, good morning from here. 2 days to go on our brother Mazen and the Kano's court hearing. I would like to say the way I said it the last time, that James Omotosho was bribed to jail Mazen and the Kano, and I will repeat what I have said before. Number one, James Omotosho was bribed $15 million to jail Mazen and the Kano. Some speculated that it was 50 million, and some said it was 300 million. No, the answer is 15 million. And again, oil well was promised to him. Houses anywhere of his choice, including Dubai, was promised to him if he will be able to jail Mazen and the Kano. And now, can James Omotosho pronounce the jail terms without any proof of crime by Nnamdi Kanu? Yes, he can, because these people are desperate, very desperate people, very, very desperate and very corrupt. Nigerian judiciary is one of the most corrupt judiciary in the world. Some of them are very corrupt, but Nigeria's own is very corrupt. Now, you are trying a man for 15 years, and you have not been able to prove a point on his case, and then you move swiftly to jail him. So, can James Omotosho pronounce the jail terms? Yes, he can pronounce it. And then when he pronounces it, what they will now do is they will now source for political solution for Tinubu to now go and release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, which I know that this is going to be the politics that they're going to be playing. But it's not going to happen because Nnamdi Kanu himself has narrowed Nigerian government into a corner. And what is that corner? Now he asks them, under what law are you basing your facts on? Under what law are you trying me? And James Omotosho has not been able to answer that question. So it is very difficult for James Omotosho to jail him, despite the fact that I know because of the promises of the oil well, the money and houses anywhere of his choice, including Dubai, that has been mentioned in this case, he will or he might say, oh, who is it Nnamdi Kanu? What does he have to do to stand on my way? Nothing, let me just jail him and take the money, and then he becomes very rich. So all these things are what he was promised. And I swear to my Father in heaven, this is what James Omotosho was promised. You know, they're very shameless people. When we thought that the worst was never going to happen in Nigeria, by INEC chairman Yakub Mahmoud to give Tinubu the tickets that he didn't win on becoming the president of Nigeria. We doubted it, but Mahmoud Yakub did it. So it is very possible for James Omotosho to pronounce the jail terms of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu without any evidence of crime. Why? Because they know that that is what Tinubu, Wike, and the rest powerful nation of this world has asked him to do. So he's going to do it. But it is going to be very difficult for him. You know why? Because the world is watching him, and he knows that his career might be on the line. So he might find it a bit difficult to pronounce that jail term. Why did I say this? Because we have gone through the case. We have seen what these people are capable of. We cannot underestimate Nigeria. So I am urging Biafrans on that day, let there be total lockdown anywhere that you people are in this world. Anywhere, from Lagos or from Abuja or Port Harcourt or Were or Kaduna, Katsina, Kano, anywhere where una dey, shut down your businesses. 2 days to go. Today is 18th. I know that at the end, justice will prevail. Nnamdi Kanu can never go to jail. Nnamdi Kanu can never go to jail. I don't underestimate Nigerian government again because I know that they are evil. They don't have shame. These are very shameless people. Tinubu, look at the nonsense he's doing in Nigeria. Look at the son of Tinubu. You can see this guy called Alhaji Atiku something, that they went to beat him up and threw him in DSS. Very reckless and ruthless politicians, very wicked people. That is the people that we are dealing with. Did they have fat on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? They have nothing against him. But money has been promised. Oil well has been promised. So the judge is not doing his own bid. He's doing the bid of other people in order to enrich himself. That is what Nigeria is all about. And we are not scared of saying it. We are not scared of saying it. I can never be scared of saying it. Tinubu is a very corrupt man. Very, very corrupt. If Tinubu can ask US to clean his record with $2.7 million just to remove the record of his name, of the drug trafficking and everything, anything that has to do with crime on his name from US reader. Is it to jail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that he has been bribed, that if he jail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, then Eastern governors will now bring him in again to give him re-electional votes in 2027? Is it what he cannot do if he can jail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? But we are doing our own, so I want you guys to do your own. So again, I heard yesterday when people were saying, so you did fear, because, I answered the question where I said, I'm actually scared, so I'm actually being careful because of... Now, I'm not actually scared because anybody is going to do anything to me. I saw some people writing rubbish, saying, in the fear for your life. I fear no man. My name is Rosé. I don't fear any man. The only person I fear is God Almighty, the man who gave me this life. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has taught me a lot. If you people, most of you that is writing this rubbish, fought the kind of fight I have fought to remain here, you wouldn't be here by now. You would have gone back home. It is only a tough mind and a man who stands upright that fights and wins those fights. I'm telling you the truth. So some of you can talk rubbish. You can just write rubbish on my comments. That's your problem. But you know the truth? The truth remains that they never born that person where I could fear. As long as I obey the rules and regulation of every country, the laws of the land, they never born you well. As long as law works in that, not the kind of law that works in Nigeria. That in Nigeria now, it is who man no man, who no man. The poor people does not get justice in Nigeria again. The people who get justice now are the rich men. Once you have money, you can buy judgment. You can buy judgment. Why the poor people keep suffering? Nigerian judiciary is now business. That is why you have failure in everything. Businesses are not working in Nigeria. International businessmen are not coming to Nigeria. Foreign investors are not coming. The ones that are in Nigeria are left. They have left already. Go and check it. Capri have left. Other people have left. So they are not coming back. They are leaving because of the judiciary. A criminal like Tinubu, nobody can trust their money with Tinubu, because if anything happens to their money, which judiciary are they going to run to? So they know all these things. That judiciary is done. They are corrupt. They are very, very corrupt people. Very corrupt. So like I said, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not going to go to jail. I'm telling you the truth. So on that 20th, shops everywhere to be locked. But I know they're going to postpone this case. You know these people, they are very shameless. They will postpone it and say, there is no enough evidence by this. They will just bring up something. I know them very well. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu cannot go to jail. But is Omotosho going to pronounce jail terms? The answer is yes, because he has been bribed. So let us see what is going to happen on that 20th. He has been bribed. I'm telling you people, this guy has been bribed. Justice Omotosho, that favors the politicians of Nigeria. This is the man that brought Hope Uzodinma from 4th position to 1st. F-O-U-R, 4th position to 1st position. To O-N-E. What kind of country is that? Nigeria? Please, we know that we are on the right track, and we are going to do everything in our possible power to make sure that Biafra becomes a nation. We will fight this fight to the end. You see, that is what they did to Finland. Look at Alexander Stubb going into bilateral agreement with Nigerian government. You know this thing that Deputy Prime Minister said some days ago, that any country that Nigeria goes to, they will have corrupt that country to become terrorist. Yes, that is what the truth is. They did it, like she said, they did it in Kenya. Look at Kenya now. Kenya has not been able to stand on her feet. Look at Finland now. Alexander Stubb now. The shame is getting too much, because people have known that this is the reason why you did this to your best friend. These people are very shameless. I keep saying it. I keep telling you people, they're very shameless people. They don't have your interest at heart. And if you still have the mind of going to Finland, I wonder what you're going there to look for as a skin color of mine. So please, Biafrans, we'll wait and see what will happen on that second, on the 20th. And I believe that the worst will never happen. So we are working while you guys continue to work as well. Please do your part. We're doing our part here. Thank you so much, my friends, and may God bless you guys.
Okay, so whether Omotosho actually was promised the amount of money that brother Steve, all right, made mention of, man, if that does happen, if Nnamdi Kanu is sentenced for whatever reason, then the Igbos are never going to take it lightly. Right? The Igbos are never going to take it lightly. We have other cases like what I'm about to show you right now, that the government has refused to do something about it. Same Nigerian government has refused to do something about it. But rather, all they do is to make sure that they prosecute anyone that stands out to come and proclaim that word, Biafra. All right? Immediately anyone comes up and says Biafra, before you know it, you are in the police net. This is how they do it. And that definitely needs to stop. All right? So you guys should pay attention to this particular video I'm about to show you also. These are some of the matters or issues that they are supposed to have been resolved. Or maybe they are supposed to have done something about it before ever it escalates to what we are saying now. So what I will urge you guys to do is just pay attention.
And 15 minutes to address it. The dictionary defines genocide as, because I knew you were going to ask, so I got ready for you. The dictionary defines genocide as a deliberate and systematic killing or persecution of a large number of people from a particular national or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that nation or group of people. And with that definition, I'm going to turn my answers to a question or questions to the majority of you who are here today. Let me give my response a background. I was born in 1952 in Zaria. I was born in the military barracks. I grew up in Kaduna, Zaria, Kaduna, Kano. So my answer does not come out of just newspaper, but experience. The first riot I ever experienced, with all due respect, was against people from the East. I was there during the Zaria riots when your crime was that you were Igbo. They didn't tell me. I saw it. People were being killed right before my eyes. My dad was a soldier trying to prevent it. And I remember the man coming back with a deep dent in his military helmet as the guys were screaming and walking the roads of Zaria and screaming, Tawaye. Tawaye means our eyes have opened. Following the first coup by Kaduna and Zogu, they felt their eyes had opened. So there certainly was genocide because people were being dragged out of their house and killed. But then when it comes to the hot case on hand, is there religious genocide in Nigeria? Firstly, I'd like to say that whatever issue is in Nigeria, because it was not dealt with, it became a snake with 5 heads or more heads. And so when you are looking at each case, you need to know which head you are dealing with. Bandit is a head. Banditry is a head. Terrorism is a head. Fulani herdsmen carrying guns and invading people's farm, chasing them out, is another head. The guys who demand money, what did they call them? Kidnappers is a head, and there are many more heads. And then deliberate chasing of people away from their land and immediately putting another tribe there is a head. So, are these things happening in Nigeria or not? I just take you down some historical cases, and I will ask you, is it really happening in Nigeria? Maitasine, in the 70s, a man who rose and began to teach a form of Islamic cleansing that says anybody who was not of that particular belief must die. Is that not genocide? And is that fair in a secular nation? Zango Kataf. Zango Kataf, in case you don't know, what you know as Kaduna State was once including Katsina. And on grounds of religion, Katsina State was cut off because the majority of Katsina State was Islamic. And what remained as Kaduna State was majority what we call Southern Kaduna, Zango Katav, people who are so and so, I don't want to mention all the tribes. And despite cutting and now having Kaduna State, the south of Kaduna State is 99% Christian, producing Professor Ishaya Audu, first Vice Chancellor Amadu Bello, producing General Ishaya Bameyi, producing former Deputy Governor Central Bank, Melafia. But somebody was still not satisfied and wanted their land. And particularly under the watch of a particular governor, probably 23,000 of these people died. Is it so? Is it not so? And if people of that number die, I mean, Zangu Kata, people were being hacked, cut like animals because you wanted their land and because they didn't follow your religion. Is that genocide or not? There was beheading in Kano because, what's the name of the evangelist? Reinhard Bonnke came to hold a crusade, and they said, Christian crusade is not allowed. Not only did they destroy the equipment, they cut Christians. Is that genocide or not? Deborah Samuel, a girl in a polytechnic in Nigeria, in the north, she saw on the platform of her class that people were posting religious things. She said, hey, this platform is for our study, not for religion. They went, they killed her. And when it became a court case, 52 barristers who hold the religious faith different from hers showed up to defend the guys who killed her. Is that genocide or not? Evangelist Eunice in Greater Abuja went out 5 a.m. to do what we used to do down south here. And when we were kids, I was born a Muslim. My name is Ahmed. My mother is Aishat. My brother is Mudashir. My sister is Khadijat. My dad is Salau. But we knew people who wake up and be waking people to prayer. That was what Evangelist Eunice did, and they hacked her to death. And then, if all that is not genocide, and if it is just religious intolerance, what happened when Melafia came out and said, I am from southern Kaduna, and 23,000 of our people died, and actually when we call people who should come and defend them, the military, the police, they don't show. It is after the people are gone that they show. And they say they have it on good record that some mysterious helicopters are coming to give these people equipment. Is that not a plan, a genocide? If you say that is not genocide, what shall we say of what's going on, particularly states in the north that are of Christian conviction? Benue State, even today's Vanguard reports Kwande local government, where people were hacked, and the plan is to chase them out, and some people come to occupy. And when I say some people, let me be bold to say Fulani herdsmen and some of the guys carrying guns come to occupy because when I was a little kid, one of the songs on radio in the north would say, "Babanka Sanshe would not with you." That song says that the whole of Nigeria is the land belonging to Shehu Danfodio. And until that is achieved, they've reached Kwara. It may be Lagos. So somebody somewhere does not want this kind of facing the reality. Is there a genocide? You will have to answer. I haven't answered any of your question yet. But let me just say, 270 girls were carried out of a school. They were all Christians. The people who carried them committed 5 crimes. 1, child molestation, because Nigeria's criminal law says that if you sleep with anyone under, is he 18? Which is the age of consent. It's a crime. They raped these girls. 2, if you carry a person against their will across border, it's trafficking. I thought we have human trafficking laws. 3, you force these people to change religion. 4, you force them into marriage. That is the 4th criminal offense. 5, some of them were violently raped. And then 6, some of them were killed. The same people who committed this crime, you said you forgave them. Who forgave them? Where were they forgiven? Which court of law? Is it the government that said, okay, we suspend the criminal laws of Nigeria in the case of Boko Haram, who carried this girl, whatever of the Hydra heads carried the girls? Who did it? So, if you now say you forgave them, where are they? It is rumored that some of them are now repented and you brought them into the army. How can a man who killed and committed all this crime now qualify to be a defender of the nation? It is rumored that some of them are in the Air Force. How can a man like that defend the Federal Republic of Nigeria? How can we entrust him in the country where I live at the moment, in England? If you touch a child, you know rape and move. You touch a child in an indecent way, you will be in the register of child molesters. And the moment you change local government from one local government to the other, you must go and report yourself as a child molester so you can be on the books of child molesters. Once the court have passed a case against you that you molested, anytime you move, you don't need the police to do it. You have to go and report yourself. There are jobs you cannot get. But in our own case, we said these guys are forgiven. 1, who forgave? 2, where were they forgiven? 3, where did we see their repentance? 4, where is the fruit of their repentance? So, we cannot say that there is no genocide. But if we say there's no genocide, answer my questions. 2, we cannot say there is no religious intolerance. If you say there is no religious intolerance, explain to me why.